Hello, how's everybody? I have a question. Can anyone please tell me why it's so hard to feel better, to feel good, to feel happy? Why is everyone so determined to make a point? Even after they've made it, sometimes. That's been a lot of people. And honestly, now where I'm at, everyone seems foreign to me. Like, everyone seems foreign to me. Meaning, I've come to realize and have realized for a while that a lot of people are hanging on to things they should have let go a long time ago. Yeah. So I'm here to tell you, if you have dreams and desires, or if you just want things to be better, you might be someone that's like, listen, I don't want a lot. I just want a little bit. You know those people? I just want a little something. You know, the ones that have learned to settle? Even they want. No matter how much they're settling, they're still like, well, it could be a little bit better. Yes, even you. From you down the line to those who are able to dream big. And by big, I mean they could be in a shack and can envision being in a mansion. Like, some people are capable of doing that. No matter what it is you're capable of doing, don't beat yourself up. It's super easy. Just feel better. And by that I mean, I don't care what the story is, past, present, future if you can. If it's not nice, shut the hell up. And by not nice, I say not nice. Why? Because that's simple. I'm here to simplify your life. It's either nice or not nice. It either feels good or it doesn't. Don't complicate your life. All this gray area and no. Save yourself the trouble. Why? Why do I have to do that, Danielle? Because too bad, so sad. You're human. And sooner rather than later, you're going to have to learn how to operate in this meat suit, in this body. You're going to have to learn. You don't want to learn? Shut up. Mind your business. You don't want to learn? Too bad. But this is for people that are like, yo, how do I do this shit? You want to know how you do it? You remember? Yo, anybody ever see the movie, oh my God, is it Blue Streak? I think it is Blue Streak. There's a scene, he meets his little buddy. And he's like, oh, and he's like, this gonna hurt a little, right? And he punches him. That's what I mean. Those of us who are like ready, those of us who understand that the key is feeling better. And by feeling better, it means it doesn't matter about right or wrong. It doesn't matter who's right, who's wrong. You always right. You want to know why? Because it feels better. Guess what? Are they right? Not always, guys. They're not always right. And that's why I'm trying to break this down to you. This is not about whether the person is right or wrong. Sometimes it's wrong. The situation is not nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not cool. But then you have to stop and say, okay, I'm an energetic being. So guess what? I can't worry about this shit. Why can't you worry about it? Because it carries negative emotions. It triggers me. It pisses me off. It angers me. It frustrates me. It hurts me. Those are all negative emotions, guys. And every time you tell the story, every time you think about it, you're emitting those frequencies. You're giving that off out into the universe. This universe that you need to understand responds to what you put out. Do yourself a favor. Wake up and smell the coffee. Fuck everybody, bro. Like, it's not even about them. It's not about anybody but yourself. So be with yourself in your little head. If you're Christian like me, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. That little light, y'all, that's it. AKA your heart. That's your little light. That's yours. Hold it close. That's yours. Don't let anybody play with it. Somebody moving funny, you move. Move. Until you get the hang of it. Until you start to trust it. Because if that's the case, you shouldn't have been there in the first place. If that makes sense to anybody, whatever. It is what it is. It'll all make sense eventually. I want to make things simple. Because I feel like I've been through the trenches. I've said it in the last video. And I've come out and I'm like, oh. Right? And my oh is basically me taking a step back and just observing. And as I'm observing, and as I'm gaining the knowledge and applying it to myself, I realize, I repeat again, like how foreign everyone is. And it's not a negative thing. It's just, why do you sound foreign to me? That's the question. And here's the kicker. When I try to say, hey, this is what you're doing wrong, they lash out. They say, you're cutting me off. You're not allowing me to speak. I'm trying to help you. Because that's the problem. It's these stories you keep telling. It's these past, like, relationships. It's things that bothered you. Things that, your opinion about politics. Nobody cares. Shut up. Shut the hell up. If you want a better life, you shut up. If you don't care, you don't care. Turn this off. You know, go fly a kite. Do whatever you want. Live your life. Do you. This is for those that are like, wait a minute. How does this shit work? What do I have to do? Okay, you align. You align, that's it. Align first. You understand? Align first, aka pray first, aka check in with yourself. Yourself is the God in you. How do you know it's the God in you? I don't know about you. But I just remember the passage in the Bible where it said, I bestow on you the Holy Spirit. All right. And I just remember growing up and they always say, well, you know, God is with you and in your heart. And, you know, like when your loved one passes away and then they say, oh, you know, so-and-so's with you in your heart. I'm sorry. This is just the journey that my life has taken. It's the path. It's my perception, perspective. And it's okay. We all have our own. So hop into yours and stay in yours. Make that the most important thing. Did you hear me? Hop into yourself. Because you know what I'm saying? Like align. Align. How do I know when I hopped into myself? How do I know when I'm aligned? You're feeling better. You're nice. You're nice. Some of you are not nice. You're just mean and nasty and rude and you have something to prove. You go from 0 to 60 in point, who knows what? Like, what is the problem? Why are you so wired up? For what? Where are you going? And you got the nerve to be in church. You have the nerve to be praying. You have the nerve to say, Jesus, take the wheel. You have the nerve to be carrying crosses around your neck and all this, saying one thing and doing another. Yo, it's not going to work. I don't know what planet you think you're on, but let me remind you, you're on planet Earth. And on planet Earth, you better remember who you are. And if you can't remember who you are, remember what you are. Because this power can be in the hands for good or evil. It's all about aligning. You understand? You're aligning with the universe. Universe that you can't explain seasons, can you? Can you explain seasons? Can you explain how grass is growing and trees are growing and flourishing without any of your input or any of your contribution? Or you know, there's little pop-up gardens. I'm by a park here. Yeah, those are man-made, but like, who's taking care of all that? The sun came out today. Did you have anything to do with that? Or did you snooze your alarm? Thank God I'm not waiting on you to wake me up. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine you had the responsibility? We're not lazy people, but like, come on. That's a big job. And that's where my understanding of all this comes from. So this is just me explaining it from how I understand it. And hopefully it wasn't too complicated. I said all that to say, I just respect what I don't know. As simple as that. A higher power, a higher being. What we call God, universe, Allah, Buddha, whatever. Like, you believe in a higher power. Or not. Those of you who believe you're atheists, like, you don't have to believe in any entity. You just have to understand energy. Hello? You too busy worried about how everybody else is living their life. Mind your business and worry about feeling better. Focus on the nice things, the lovely things in your life, things that are going well. You can't even do that shit. You could sit there and tell a whole story. Like, shut up. Shut up. You all do it. It's sickening. It's sickening. You have no patience. You're in traffic. Soon as somebody, like, sometimes it's a child crossing the street. Honk. What is your problem? What is wrong with everybody? And then y'all want better lives. Oh, Lord, give me this. Oh, God, here. Shut up. You're not even aligned with what you want. So please, shut up. Wake up, please. For God's sakes. Whew. Please, please, please. You want better, do better. You want better, be better. Mind your business. You are not here to be telling anybody what to do, when to do, how to do. That is not your job. Mind your business. Wow. And you know, I often want to say that to people. You know, they're like, oh, Danny, you cut me off. Oh, Danny, you disrespectful. Oh, this. No. I'm trying to help you. But you know what? I'm done. No mas. You want to know why? Because just a little while ago, you know, I was into this conversation, and, you know, I could feel my energy. But, you know, the ego's still there, and I love her. You know, it's still there, and it just want to just get it out, you know? Sometimes you just got to let it out. And I'm not disrespectful. I can align really quick. I could just check myself because I understand energy. I'm understanding what I'm doing. I'm not like, you know, speaking from a place of malice or harshness. Like, I've forgiven not only myself, but all those who have crossed paths with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you understand energy. If you feel somebody hurt you, it's not that you weren't hurt. Nobody's telling you to ignore it. Nobody's saying don't say, hey, you hurt me. Do what you got to do. But guess what? Let it go. You don't let it go. You carrying stuff from like years. I'm serious. You carry stuff from years ago. Oh, I let that go. Okay, you let it go. Bet. You think you let it go. Let somebody bring it up in a conversation and say, hey, you ever had an experience? And it's not that you can't tell the story, but guess what? You are not able to tell the story without an emotional attachment. That's what you think you're doing, but you're not. That's not how you're wired. As you speak, there's feeling with it. Every thought, every word has a feeling attachment. So if the story isn't a happy one, so you trying to tell me you could tell a shitty ass story and be happy about it? Does that even make sense to you? Not yet. Maybe one day. But not yet. Not when you're trying to manifest. Not when you're trying to create the life that you feel you deserve. Not when you're trying to create environments that are, conducive to you. Environments that are safe for you. You got to understand who and what you are. So if you want it, you got to be it. You wasting your time trying to get people to do what you need them to do in order to feel better. It's a waste of time. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy. You're an energetic being. Why are you doing that? Because it's fun? Okay, have fun. Enjoy. Have fun. Go have fun. It can't be. You're lying to yourself. It can't be so important to you to be telling a whole story, to be hanging on to past that doesn't please you. It can't be that important to you. Not when you understand energy and understand that, oh my God, I need to let this go. Not because it didn't matter, not because it didn't hurt, not because it didn't have value, not because of any of that. Except when I think about that thing, I don't feel right. So put it away. Don't even bother. That's all. If you could master that, and you hear me, master it. What does that mean? Practice. Practice. You're in the gym. You get up and go to work. You commit to other stuff. Commit to this. Commit to feeling better. Little by little. And you'll see, you start and then you'll see little things. I mean, when I say little, that's the type of life you want to live. Right? One where you just feel so supported by this world you live in. Right? You want to feel like things work out for you. You want to have a confidence about the steps you take. You don't want to ever feel doubt. Well, that's what this would mean. Are there areas in your life that you're carrying any doubt, anxiousness, disappointment, frustration? Let them go. Let them go. And what do you start to do? You start to feel better. You start to feel better. Any little thing. If you're in an office, adjust your seat. Feel better. Drink something, quench your thirst. Eat something. Eat your snacks. Now's not the time to be restricting yourself. No diet. Don't be doing that. Not unless it feels right. Don't do anything you don't want to do. It seems crazy, but I promise you what happens is, because you wouldn't be doing it like boom, you start small because you also have to build this trust, right? You start off small. Again, that's why I said you master it. So it's like you gotta, what did I hear today? It's like a musician, right? Or when you learn to play an instrument or a song, you build, right? You start with the basic keys and then you create a symphony, right? So it's like you have to crawl before you walk, and it's all okay. You understand? It's all okay. It's just, I'm just sharing with you That's what it took for me. It took for me to reach a point where I had to build my confidence, and my confidence was built because I started to appreciate more. And when I started to appreciate more, I started to see it in the people I interacted with, and I appreciated the little, right? Cup of coffee, a good morning, a compliment, a little gift, a hey, I was thinking of you, or hey, I helped you with this. Every little thing, any little way that I could have found a way to appreciate, I kind of, was doing my best to stay consistent with that. Because that's what it took. That to me was similar to where in the Bible where it says faith comes by hearing, But in this reality that you're in this space, it's like faith don't come by hearing. It's like this ego needs to see. It's like it needs to see to believe. So you got to give it what it's looking for until it starts to trust the higher self. That's the work. It's getting this self to believe in the unseen. The unseen that you want to believe in, because that's going to create the best life possible. Like whatever you want, you can have. Because you tapped into the unseen part of you, the spiritual part of you, the part that's connected to all this. So for me, that was intriguing and still is. It's kind of like, huh? Say what now? You understand? So listen, I love you. And look, car. And the whole time I've been talking to you, like repeating numbers, signs on trucks. And I'm just by a park. It's just been nice. It's been nice. So that's it. That's all. Line up your yourself. line up. Line it up, because it's necessary. For you, so you can feel better. And when you feel better, things work out for you. Her license plate said, or her bumper, whatever, it says real men love Jesus. That's nice. All right, y'all. Thank you for listening. I hope this helps. So what is Danielle going to do? Danielle is going to mind her business, as she has been and will continue to do so, because she has realized that she's alone in this. And by alone in this, I mean those in her immediate surroundings are not quite where she's at. So she's just going to continue to do what she's doing, because it sure as hell feels better than what everybody else is doing. Okay? Because she's been in situations with them and they're complaining, they're crying, they're depressed, they're cussing people out, they're planning vengeance, they're taking people out wills and insurance policies because people aren't doing what they want them to do. It's just a very, very interesting environment that she finds herself in. But, we'll be here supporting, guiding, reminding, winking. Consider those angel numbers little winks, little, okay, you got it. No more looking up. You don't need to look them up. You don't need to look up the numbers. You're doing just fine. You're on the right track. Just keep on feeling better. What would you like to do today? You know? And it's hard, you know? Sometimes it's a little difficult because you have forgotten what it's like to feel nice, to dream a little dream. You almost feel limited, but it's okay. Take time with yourself because, you know, sometimes you're shy. Danny's shy, you know? It's all about who's looking, why are they looking, and stuff like that. Likes attention, but like still hates it at the same time. It's very odd. Very, very odd. A man approaches and she's like freezes, runs. It's like, what? Okay, well, why do you... Okay, what's going on? You know, you take yourself out to dinner or out to eat and you feel awkward. You know, it takes you seeing who you are, accepting yourself as you are. It's okay. Be weird. It's okay. You don't have to be like anybody else. If you're shy, you're shy. If you're outgoing, you're outgoing. If you're reserved, you're reserved. But it doesn't make you any less capable of doing this. It doesn't make you any less capable of deserving the best life you can have right now. You're just going to get the best in any situation. Right? That's the life you'll live. You're going to look like, you're not going to morph into anything. You're going to look just like everybody else. Don't get weird. You're going to be normal. You're normal. You just are more internal than external. Right? All the work is happening on the inside. And it's not hard. It's just, do I feel sweet? Do I feel happy? Am I interested? Am I curious? You know, all those nice little feelings are the ones you follow. And guess what? I tell my kids this all the time. If we're at a restaurant, right? And it could not even be a great restaurant, but somehow, if you're aligned, your food will taste fine. If you're aligned, your food will taste fine. Your drinks will be fine. It's like everything just works out for you. And you look over to your neighbor and I don't really like my food. Maybe not. But you'll start to notice the little things. Like things just work out for you because you're aligned. And that's all. That's the difference. It's like, oh, I prefer life to work out for me in a better way. Like I like deals and I like things to just work out. Like what? Things to just work out. All right, for example, my daughter had a football game. She's a cheerleader, but my little mama was cheering for the football game, homecoming game, whatever game it was. Am I that mom? No. Do I like football? Yeah, I like football. I do. But Danny didn't really want to be there. Not really. But I think I did what I had to do. I stayed aligned. You know, I made sure I made myself comfortable. And I got there. So I get there. I took an Uber. I get there. I get in front of the gate. And I'm just standing there. As I was, like, I was crossing the street. So you know how you do one of those, like, jogs, right? I'm sorry. I'm laughing because I know why I was jogging. Because the guy made me nervous. He made me so... Danny got to get it together. I'm telling you. It's just it's so interesting when you start to know yourself, right? And all you do is you don't try to get yourself to be anything but herself, but just in the most comfortable, like it's just a little tweaking. It's really cute. It's really fun. As long as you just chill about it. So that's where I'm at. As much as you hear me talking and this and that, like I'm cool. Okay. So I get in front of the gate and little mama is inside. My neighbors, like all the kids are inside. I saw them locking up, but I didn't think anything of it. They were packing the tables. I still didn't think anything of it. It was one of the police officers, because, they have police out when they have these huge games. It's a huge turnout, with these high schoolers. There were like 3 other girls standing there, and I stood there. I just stood there because I'm like, all right, well, are they going to open the gate? Like, all right. So I didn't say anything. And the young lady said, excuse me, can, we get in? They're like, oh, no, we're full to capacity. We're full to capacity. We're not letting anybody else in. So I stand there and I'm like, I'm in big trouble, mister. Well, not really. If I did, it was brief. And I must have aligned because it worked out for me. All I did was I stood there and I waited. And then I kind of walked up to the gate and I went up to the lady and I said, I Ubered here and kind of like my kids are inside. I was just wondering, like, is this kind of like, because I'm an adult and that's the thing. It's like, I know you're full to capacity. I know you're saying you're full to capacity, but this is also a high school football game. Like, go fly a kite. But that's not what I said. I was nice. And she turns around. She's like, Coach, this is a mom. And he was like, let her in. And I was just like, and I didn't have to pay. So I get to the bleachers and here come the haters, right? Not the haters, but like, this is what we are exposed to. And if you don't stay aligned, if you don't realize what's going on energetically, you'll fall for it. So I get to the bleachers and it's like the person that was there expected me to call them for the money. So as soon as I got there, it was like, oh, did you find a boyfriend? How'd you get in? This and that. Oh, you need one of these cards because you'll get in all the time for free. And I'm just looking at her like, ma'am, my daughter is a senior in high school and I've never paid for a football game. Whatever. It is what it is. But like, here's the thing. If I were not aligned, her comment of, did you find a boy? First of all, Danielle, like I said, is very shy and gets embarrassed easily and stuff. And then the first thing would have been like, and I could feel it now, it's kind of like, what you mean? Like, and why are you saying that in front of people? And what are you implying? And, like all this like stuff would come up, which probably did, because it is right now in a way, because I'm just like, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. It's like, you cannot tell a story without going there. So just don't go there. So when I tell this story again, if I ever, guess where I'm going to stop? I'm going to stop at the part where I got in for free. So if you have any stories where parts of it were good, only talk about the good parts. So those shitty relationships, remember the good times. Not because you're, why, what's wrong with remembering just the good times? No, you want to talk about everything that went wrong. You want to talk about everything the person did to you. You want to stay in the victim role. It's not helping you. Okay? 33 minutes. Jesus Christ.